So when spraying the interior of a car, you need to be smart, methodical, and well thought out beforehand, well planned out. I'm right-handed. This is my left hand, so it would be opposite. But I'm right-handed, so I feel like I'm going to be able to reach this side, the driver's side, better in terms of reaching my hand in to, like, you know, get these spots. So I'm gonna start with that second. I'm gonna start on the other side, the passenger side first, because I'm gonna be kind of like reaching on the inside of the door, kind of like this. So if I don't want to be doing that because the paint's wet, I can stand on this side, spray the other side, get out, wipe it down real quick, you know, where I was standing, then spray this side because that's the dominant hand side. So it'll still be easy. So just a thought. Think about what you're doing before you do it. You know what I mean? So we're gonna spray some primer. So, I know that we've been thinking about doing a false floor in this car, but I think what we're gonna do is actually ditch that idea. It sounds a little weird, sounds kind of just pointless, but I have a better idea, kind of. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it yet, but I have an idea. We're gonna do a firewall, so a traditional firewall, which is gonna give us space back here. We won't have the raised floor, so that means we can go rear mount radiator if we want. I don't think we will. I don't think. It costs a lot of money for one, and for two, for the reason of street driving, I'm going to have my firewall basically be plates in each section of the cage. So the top half of everything above this bar is going to be removable off Zeus tabs. So to make that happen, or I mean, the reason for that is we can take it off and street drive still. If we're rear mount radiator, we're gonna have fans on the radiator in the back. We're gonna probably end up doing some weird, we'd have to end up doing Lexan in the rear, and make some sort of like ducting and all that. So realistically speaking, for this car, I don't want it to be rear mount radiator. We're gonna see obviously how much room we end up having up front, but for now the plan is not to do rear mount radiator. So we're still gonna have room back there. We can do like oil coolers in the back. Those have smaller fans for one, and for two, it continues to give us more space up here, because that is what we want. We want space up here for whatever it's gonna be, for one, and then for two, also we want the space to not be worried about, you know, punching someone with our front wheels. You know, we don't want to have any issues taking out oil cooler lines or anything like that. So that being said, we need to cut out the beginning of our false floor, take that out, and then we can start working on the plates and stuff like that for the for the firewall. So I need to decide if I want to do it on the front main section or the back main section. So that's what we're gonna be doing in this video, kinda. We're gonna at least be starting it. I'm trying to do weekly updates, which means that these videos are gonna be about 10 minutes long, 10 to 15 minutes total. And it's not gonna be anything crazy in the videos. Most videos, we might not completely finish a project, but we're gonna do our best too. So stick around, let's see what we can get done today. So before we get this thing painted, I put some cardboard down there for paint overspray and stuff. But as you can see, there's a little slit that's open here. Now, the previous owner is the one that did all the sheet metal work. I'm not a huge fan of the way they did some of it. Actually, I need to weld that together too. And there too. Okay, so there's some things I gotta do. Actually, I don't know what that's for. That might be for the hood struts, or the struts for the back. Anyways, there's some things I gotta fill in real quick. So I gotta fill this. I need to fill this little hole from our tack. We need to fill those two holes. I'm just gonna fill them because if I have to re-drill them, that's easier than having to fill it after painting it. After that, put these nuts or these bolts back in so that we're not ruining our threads, and then we can start painting this thing after we clean it again, because we're about to make a mess. So it's still dusty too, clearly. So there's some stuff to do. All right, so we cut all that out now. What I'm gonna do actually instead is we're gonna clean this all out. We primered the inside of this thing. So we started primering on the inside. This is only 2 coats and it looks great. It changes the entire, it's crazy like what just paint can do to a car. So with that being said, what I'm gonna do, I know for a fact, well, we may change our mind again, but we're not gonna go back to the false floor idea. That's gonna stay out of the picture. So I know for pretty sure that we're going to be running the rear like that, like, you know, just like this. Obviously I have the fuel cell out right now, but this thing can get painted. So I'm not gonna paint the cage or nothing like that. I'm not gonna primer it. We'll wait on that. So we can paint this, all of this sheet metal work back here. We can get that out of the way. I'm doing things right now because the motor's at machine work. So I gotta do these types of things right now that don't really cost money, for one, and for two, I mean, it's something I can work on for now. So we're gonna go ahead and primer all that right now. We'll clean it out, move the car somewhat out of the shop. Ideally I flip it around, but that kind of takes a lot of work. So let's see if we can get some primer on this thing today. All right, people, that is it. That's all she wrote. Literally 2 coats. That's all it's gonna need, because we're going to just spray black over it, and then it's gonna get kill matte over it, and then it's gonna get carpet. No point in sitting here trying to make this look amazing. It does. It looks pretty good. I'm honestly pretty happy with it overall. But realistically speaking, like, this does not have to be a perfect paint job. None of this pretty much is gonna be seen once the car's finished. It's gonna get carpet, it's gonna get kill matte underneath. If you're familiar with that, you know, great. If not, it's basically sound deadening. That's just a company that makes sound deadening. That's really good. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let this dry. Honestly, I can start hitting the front. So I can start hitting the front now with some black paint. It's not too late, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do it. We'll get like 1 coat up front, and then we'll do a coat in the back, and then probably call it a night, let that sit, come back tomorrow, hit it again, and then hopefully that's enough coats too. I'm sure we'll probably need more than that, but for the black, I have these like turbo can things. Well, this isn't like a specific turbo can. This is just a high performance enamel, high output tip. So it says 50% faster coverage. We'll see. Yeah, Rust-Oleum. Always Rust-Oleum when you're spray painting, because if you buy Krylon, you're weird. All right, check that out. All black. And interior anyways. Not the cage, of course, but I mean, that's literally 2 coats, so it's kind of interesting. That's like a coat and a half, actually. Like, I didn't even do a full second coat. I just kind of went over some spots. Even that might need a little bit touch up. Under light, you can really tell with black paint where you need to go again. It's also still drying, so, you know, not exactly the easiest to tell for sure, but anyways, that is kind of what we're working with. So I'm gonna go through with the light and hit a couple more spots, but I think it looks pretty good. Again, it does not matter whether it looks good or not, because this is all gonna get covered up with kill matte and carpet in a video to come, not super soon, honestly. I might even do an event like this before we do carpet, because nah, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna do a carpet first. Yeah, so I mean that will come eventually, but for now, I mean, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. There's some bugs flying around in here, which kind of sucks. I should have just closed the shop doors, but I'd rather be able to breathe in 50 years. So anyways, that's painted. That's it for the video, honestly. We're gonna get into the next one next week. We're gonna keep uploading every Friday. So every Friday at 10 a.m. there will be a video on this car, whether it's, you know, something mechanical, whether it's paint, whether it's fab work, whether it's engine work, whether it's, you know, whatever it might be. There's gonna be a video on this car every Friday. I'm working on it every single day pretty much. So with that being said, subscribe, like the videos, comment. Let me know if like things are good, things are, you know, let me know what I can change to make these videos a little bit better for you. I just want to keep putting out content. I want to let this car, like I want to show this car off. I want to show my work off. I want to show everybody like what I can do, and I want to grow the channel with this car because I think it's a perfect car to do it with. So subscribe, subscribe, comment, share the video, everything, you know, whatever. I'm begging here almost, pretty much. That's kind of embarrassing, but just, you know, we'll see you guys next week, and we'll be working on, I don't even know what. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you do, and we'll catch you next week.